everybody, Chris Wood here. Welcome to my channel and thank you for tuning in, anybody that might, and I hope it does, and it gets shared as well because this is very serious and important. Finally, after 3.5 years of being injured, tortured, deformed, skull split, body mutilations, my right lung and my kidney damaged, being medically blacklisted after being kidnapped, sex assaulted, and going through deforming on a daily basis and being constantly numbed down from what feels like electricity actually in the back of my head, and having my head expanded from being broadcasted through by Billy Wooldridge, 149 Center Street North, NAPANEE, Ontario. Blair Hardy, Spencer Mills's boyfriend, O.P.P. Spencer Mills's boyfriend, 14716. There is one Tyler Lake, Tyler TBAG Lake, and there is J two-step Gimpy VANALSTINE, the guy in the thumbnail. These are all O.P.P, unarrestable, untouchable, drug-fed, money-paid co-offenders. They are drug traffickers. They're guilty of homicides while getting freedom and protection from O.P.P for the crimes that they are committing. They're unarrestable. Billy Wooldridge, I have been surrounded by hands on guns by trying to get him arrested, him and O.P.P cops. I don't need no copyright. That was just me listening to some music in the background, but I forgot it was playing. I got so interested in this and I don't need no copyright shit. That's the last thing I need. I am a victim of remote neuro monitoring. And this is how it's operated. That is how R&M is operated and it's being used on me. This is police and military tech. This against me is domestic terrorism and treason. It's also about ending the Wood bloodline because I am the end of my Wood bloodline. This is about identity theft. This is about framing. This is about human trafficking. And this is about murdering. O.P.P had my mother stalked and murdered by Billy Wooldridge back in 2020, December of 2020. She died from them. They were using R&M on her too, which, because of her age, gave tumors, gave cancer through the EMFs and radiation that this shit gives off. And it killed her. It was done with intent. I have been going through 3.5 years of being injured, tortured, skull split, brain injured, numbed down, constantly deformed, and showing it, proving it, medical blacklisting, medical treatment refusals, through Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, co-committing crime cover-up with negligent intent doctors there, including Administration, Wayne Coveyduck and Sarah Fiddler, down to Paladin Security Guard, Dr. Tatiana V, Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor, triage, or Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor, triage nurses Terry, Tanya, David, and then of course the unarrestables, untouchables, Blair Hardy, who is most likely hangs out on Center and Thomas Street at a crack shack house. Either that or with Shelley Barchier on John Street, where Tyler Lake is hiding out with Jay VANALSTINE, or on Water Street, or at Bobbert Berries on Bridge Street. These are all bastards that are using R&M on me, passing it around, and as a result, I'm being constantly brain injured. I have shit going through my body. I am being constantly deformed and numbed, and there is nothing I can do about this. No matter what is done to me, I have to let it happen. I have to let it happen because this is O.P.P revenge. So I am going through identity theft. I'm going through constant deforming. I'm going through shit going through my body and my head and everything else, and there is not a damn thing I can do about it. I am a 3.5 year identity theft victim for me speaking of police crimes. As a result, I've been injured, tortured, skull split, brain damaged. I have no feeling or stimulation in my head anymore. I'm only getting electricity going through the back of my head and being broadcasted through on my right side. This is being used on me, especially from Tyler Lake and Jay Benalstein, who are doing it the most. And they are also guilty of using R&M between their pug dog and my dog Runt, causing him cancer because of the EMFs and radiation from it causing him harm. I see myself doing this, but I have no feeling in my head, and it looks like I have bruises on my head from it being fucking constantly deformed. It looks like my head is all bruised up. So, this is Chris Wood, but this is the side views are the ones what's changing the most. And these side views are not me in any way, shape, or form, and it can be 100% proven. Go to Facebook, or go to Facebook and look for Christwood, CHRISTWOOD, and you'll clearly see the changes that have been taking place with me, especially on my side views. This is Tyler Lake, and this is Jason Vanalstein. This is Blair Hardy, and this is Bill Wooldridge, and one DH now who is doing this in an attempt to stay out of jail. So look at that, both sides of my face. You can tell where my skull's been split. This is how OPP traffic, frame, and murder, and they give this shit to use to fucking junkies for their revenge homicides. Remember this: the lies, the time buying, the cover ups, the arrest refusals, the criminal stalking, putting prisoner tracking on victims, false arrest, medical blacklisting, and then they transfer to avoid arrest, avoid charging, and avoid lawsuits against them and OPP themselves. Very seriously dangerous people that need to be found and arrested under all circumstances. If I could go to a hospital or a doctor and get checked out, a brainwave test or something done, they would definitely show and prove a whole lot of damages, plus what I've been showing and proving. with the deformities and face changes and everything with me. I am 50 years old and I am being played like a fucking game by a bunch of psychotic drug addicts who work with and for O.P.P committing their homicides knowing that they're wanted harbored inmates, sex offenders, and dangerous criminals and rapists and drug traffickers and drug addicts and everything else. Perfect Pontius Pilate crimes. Either way, these bastards need to be found and they need to be arrested. It won't be done here in NAPANEE by O.P.P because they're behind it all. They're guilty of domestic terrorism. They're guilty of homicides. They're guilty of murdering the Wood bloodline by doing this to me for fucking revenge. And that's exactly what this is about. This is Blair Hardy. Billy Wooldridge. Now bald, goatee, glasses, frequents a local pub downtown here in Napanee on Dundas Street and a local coffee shop. He's approximately 70 to 73 years old. Bald, glasses, sometimes goatee. This is Tyler Lake. He's most likely hanging out with his mummy on John Street at the old funeral home. And VANALSTINE, another picture of the piece of shit that's in the thumbnail. My identity thief, and these cocksuckers need to be found and taken off the streets by all means necessary. They're highly fucking dangerous. They're also using R&M on children as well because it enables invasive surveillance so they can watch your children naked, pissing, shitting, bathing, doing everything while they sit back whacking their little tic tacs. Beware of this, people. O.P.P are also guilty of murder and missing. Any human traffic victims, missing victims, or anyone else, I would definitely check Ontario Provincial Police. Chris Wood, love all, hate none. Take this serious. Hit that like, share, subscribe, especially the share because it helps get this out. It's very serious and important. If anybody wants to see proof of what I've been talking about, just check out my older videos or go to Christwood on Facebook and check me out there. And all of this can be 100% proven. I was even falsely arrested so O.P.P could get my prints, my signatures, and everything else for forgeries, framings, and frauds against me, plus them kidnapping me and getting my prints and or my blood and urine. So they have everything they needed against me for this, plus the prisoner tracking on me, plus the R&M to read as them for convenient mistaken identity after this is done. I have no criminal record or history except for being priorly charged in this attempt to deflect everything from the police and doctors and everyone else to get away with this. So remember this, people. Chris Wood, love all, hate none. Hit that like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, please. I will get back to you. This is very serious and important. I'm 50 years old and I am right brain fucked and I have no feeling left in my head in any way, shape, or form. And all of these little bastards that I've named because they work with and for O.P.P, they are untouchable, unarrestable, no matter what is done. They even have a justice of the peace here to make accusations on victims stating they're high on marijuana and and hallucinating, being sodomized. That was done to obstruct, and because it was done by O.P.P and Billy Wooldridge. So remember that, people. My identity theft is fucking done. One way or another, Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, and VANALSTINE, and the rest name, you are gonna fucking pay for this, whether you work for O.P.P or not, you bastards. You will fucking pay for this. You're guilty of murdering my mother. You're guilty of deforming me and changing my identity. And you're guilty of my identity theft and murdering the entire Wood bloodline by doing this to me, and I'm being changed to look like a fucking piece of shit crackhead named Jason Two-Step Gimpy VANALSTINE, a guy that's probably 10 to 15 years younger than I am. I'm 50. He's probably maybe 35 to 45, approximately. Jason Teabag Lake Tyler is approximately 25 to 30. And they're using this shit on me like a fucking game, and I am tired of it. And these bastards need to be fucking arrested. I don't care if they suck O.P.P dick or not. I need help finding these bastards and getting them off the streets by all means necessary so I can get the proper medical help. My legal rights, my human rights, my medical rights, and everything else have been taken away from me so they can get away with this. Let that be known. Anybody has any dealings with Lennox and Eddington O.P.P, fight it because they're terrorists. They are seriously corrupt, and nothing they do here is legal. I have proven it. Be safe, everybody. Watch yourselves, watch your children, watch your finances. This is about identity theft and financial theft as well. Using the R&M to do it in an attempt to get my banking information and everything else because, like I said, it enables for invasive surveillance and also enables for them to mentally fuck me up. So, congratulations, you pieces of shit bastards. I'm being turned into a fucking vegetable by a bunch of vegetables who are nothing but drug fed, money paid little bastards. Be safe, everybody. VANALSTINE, Lake, Hardy, Wooldridge, the O.P.P name, and the doctors here that are criminally negligently co-committing. You will legally pay for the crimes you're guilty of against me, done with intent, criminal negligent intent, premeditated and conspired. My mother was killed in the first degree through O.P.P, through Stacy, mental health worker, by Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy for their fucking revenge. You're pure filth garbage, and then you transfer to avoid arrest. Be safe.